Good morning. I had a bit of a listen to Eckhart Tolle yesterday. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. You probably all are because he's quite a big following. But uh, I agree with a lot of what he says. It's just I come from a different angle. Like he says, like everything is frequency, and that's true. Between 6 and 8 hertz, everything vibrates. Like I say, we're a configuration of atoms, which we are, but atoms vibrate and they vibrate on a frequency. This is what causes the frequency. But everything is frequency. 6 to 8 hertz is what the earth and the human body vibrate at. That's what we resonate at. So everything is frequency, and yes, everything is one. And I'm all for this. I'm all for this. And he seems to be saying, now I haven't looked at him enough to establish the facts, but he seems to be very much saying, kill the ego, kill the ego. The ego will cause you suffering, and down with the ego. You know what I mean? And we're all one, we're all resonating together, and raise your vibration, and we'll all resonate together. Maria, you know what I mean? Now, maybe he goes on to say other things, or maybe with the power of now, but I'm just going to tell you that I'm of an opposite school of thought to killing the ego. I'm very much in favour of acknowledging that there's an ego, and don't let them tell you that the ego is the number one sin and all the rest of that bullshit, because this makes you very susceptible. Basically, this is why I call this the philosophy of the weak, because it wants to bring the weak together, and we all look after each other, but it wants to bring, it very much wants to preach this egalitarian society where everybody's equal and we all lick everybody's arse and we all fucking basically this has caused the taming of man, this egalitarian perspective, this egalitarian view that we're all equal and we're all vibrating, we're all one. We are all one from a perspective. Yeah, we are all one. There is no empty space. If I move my arm, I displace atoms. So really it's just a matrix, and we're part of the matrix. We're part of the fabric of space and time. But at the same time, here I am sitting here, a configuration of atoms. And there you are sitting there, a configuration of atoms. And we have completely different characteristics, things that make us individuals, and different roles and different roles in life. And yeah, I very much, I could agree with him. Yes, it all sounds lovely, like that we can all just vibe, just be. Let's just be. And we can all just be together, and everybody just do the role, everybody just be. But the problem with this just being, and it all sounds lovely in theory, but the problem with this just being is you're completely relinquishing what is in your control. Because if you give up the ego and the ego is an illusion, then you're surrendering what is within your control. And this is the point I'm trying to make, that unless you make the unconscious conscious, it will determine your life, and you will call it fate. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is, yes, amor fati, yes, that means love of fate. Yes, I do love my fate. I'm very happy here cleaning toilets, but it's as a consequence of choices that I made of a self. Now, I didn't just make the choices on my own. There was an agreement. Well, I used to say to the universe, you don't control me. You know what I mean? If I want to eat 10 pieces of cake and drink 40 beers, I will. You know what I mean? You don't control me. But that's the way it's going to be, unless I come round to my own understanding of why I wouldn't. My own reasons. That I won't do for someone to tell me temperance, and even cause me suffering as a consequence of my lack of temperance, just in order to teach me, temperance. Because I used to say, stop beating me with the fucking shovel. You know what I mean? Stop beating me with the fucking shovel. I just make better choices. And until such time as I come around and I understand, and I don't want to eat 10 slices of cake and drink 40 beers, then it's different to this is self-control. Do you understand? I'm in control of myself. I'm making a choice not to eat 10 slices of cake and drink 40 beers. This is self-control. But this is not the universe controlling me, because no matter how much it beats me or anything else, I'll do what I like. I'll do what I like. And basically then you come round to a way of thinking, and this is the problem with a lot of teachings and everything else. They say align your opinions with the transformations of the universe. Now that's very good. That's really good. Align your opinions with the transformations of the universe. But you can't do this unless you have some understanding of nature, or you have some understanding of the universe, or else there's going to be a conflict, because especially if you want to impose your morality upon it, then there's going to be a conflict, and this is what's going to cause the disturbance, like, you know what I mean? Oh, that was wrong. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, that was definitely wrong. Oh, but you tend to lose all the teaching and all the understanding, and you start to see people as individuals when they don't actually, like, these people are just being, they're just doing, like, as I said about the cat when I ate my sausages, it just did what a cat does. But what I'm trying to say is, if you align your opinions with the transformations of the universe, and then I want to say that you get an opinion. Do you understand? You get an opinion. Like, okay, I'm sitting here. We eventually, when I stopped beating with the shovel, I said, right, I won't try to control you, you don't try to control me, and we'll work together. But this is reason. This is reason. And I said, but why would I do such a thing? Why would I do such a thing? And it would explain, because it has to explain. If I ask, why would I do such a thing? Or even if an event happens, I want to know, why did that? And it doesn't do to just say to me, everything with reason, everything with reason. I want to know the fucking reason. I want to know the fucking reason. And the universe teaches me the reason, and that's where the philosophy comes from. But in a way, it's a hard life, but I get the philosophy, so I'm fucking happy, like. But what I'm trying to say, what he's trying to say is just be. But this is, I know there's the power of now, but it has to go beyond now, because the future and the past are all interconnected. Like, so you have to reflect on the past and learn from the past and learn from history and think about things. But basically what I'm saying is to bring back the ego, and when you bring back the ego and realise that there is an ego, and this is my life too. That's what the universe once said to me. It's your life too, and I want you to enjoy it. And I do enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely. But I'm most certainly not going to lose myself in the infinite by saying, like, you know, I'm going to sit here and meditate till the fucking cows come home and just vibe. You know what I mean? It's my life. It's my life. And the takeaway from this is I want you to realise that you have a life too, and then start making conscious choices in relation to this life. Like, but there's no need to fall out and argue and fucking get emotionally fucking turmoil over it. Just reason. What the fuck? You know what I mean? What you got for, like? You know, things like this. Why would I do such a thing? Why would I do such a thing? And then you start questioning all your roads, and you start questioning all the people that come into it, because you have a certain understanding of nature, and you start to realise, well, how much agency do they have? How much of their choices are actually conscious choices? And this is the first thing I try to see about people. And sometimes, you know, you have to be very careful with this fucking we're all one bullshit, because it'll leave you very susceptible to being prey. And now controlling yourself means, like, you know, that you're in control of your thoughts. You can reply to your thoughts. You can refuse and reject your thoughts. But you can also refuse and reject the impressions of others. The people trying to sell you shit, the people trying to manipulate you, and there's a lot of them. Because a lot of people are trying to manipulate you for their own agenda. Now, yeah, a lot of people are trying to manipulate you for their own agenda. There's a lot of manipulators out there. And then people try to box these into what's called psychopaths. Psychopaths, you know, they're psychopaths. Because they think rationally, and they think, which makes them different to you. Which then means that you want to now put them into a box and label them as psychopaths and a categorization of psychopaths. But they're the thinkers, they're the thinkers. They're the ones that's actually living. But you then try to say to them, oh, ego, stay away from him, unclean, he has an ego. Yeah, he's aware of his existence, and he's fucking living his best life. That's my point for this morning. Good morning. Embrace the ego.